eSports European Division 2 saga. I'm Brett Keenan doing solo commentary for today. I apologise if I seem to be whispering or not talking at the loudest possible volume. It is currently 6 AM in the morning and I have people asleep in the other room, so we are pretty much ready to go here. We only have 13 drivers today, a few new faces, but all in all, we are getting ready to get going. I will just tell the people in Division 2 to ready up. And we will get underway very shortly. I just need to go to the registration booth quickly to find one driver and put his information in the system so that I know where he is and who he is as well. So got that opened. Timer starting to count down, so we're getting ready to get underway for racing. 21 taken. Right, we'll just head it in. I've also got a kind of a special guest commentator, that being the mascot, who's trying to find a way to get out of the room. So we're here at the Hungarian Grand Prix again, as per usual. Just mention to me in the comment section if I'm too quiet or something like that. I'll try and speak up a little bit more, but in the meantime we're here for yet another run of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Excuse me. So we've been having a bit of a problem with the broadcasting of the Grand Prix because of these DHL symbols, and FOM pretty much thinking that this is the actual Grand Prix is being re-uploaded. So I don't know really why this is happening, and we're disputing it every chance we can get to make sure that these videos are all there and ready to go for public viewing. If push comes to shove and this becomes too much of a problem, we actually may end up switching to Twitch. Of course, we're not going to have the same Twitch properties as, say, DXT Nevo and DXT Hobo, who are currently doing the Division 1 at the moment, but, we'll use the Twitch stream system, which is pretty basic, but it does the job. So, just watching drivers now come out to the circuit. We actually had someone coming out, and that was first driver, which is the Racing Point of Bob Connolly. He's a new driver who joined us over the last couple of weeks. Of course, we have had a week break for daylight saving reasons. So this is why I'm now commentating at 6 o'clock in the morning rather than 8 o'clock in the morning. Or 7 o'clock in the morning, I should say. So, Bob Connolly, the driver in P2, which is Jonas Setters from Denmark. He's also a new driver. He actually only just joined today, so he was lucky to get a Division 2 seat. A couple of drivers had left unexpectedly and without warning. And we've got our usual drivers of Lau, Sevier, which is Sayerian Walnick. I'm not as distracted today, boys, so I will try and attempt your names a bit more at the moment. So Walnick and Slawik Kazmarek or Kazmakak or Kazmarask or something like that. I think I'll stick to Fracas for you at least. Your last name's just a little too hard to pronounce. Oliver Coleman, of course. Then we've got Sisiu Radu from Romania in the Williams. Actually, I think. Just trying to figure it. Is that supposed to be Oh, it is too. It's society. Written out differently. That's cool. So another new driver, Castle Steph, is Stefan Kingi from Germany. His teammate Big Baguette, which is Alexei Dobinson from Great Britain. Bob Connolly, who we were watching with, who's invalidated last lap. Shiru Sharan Salim from Pakistan. And then Rini Vanya from Slovakia makes up the Ferrari. So we'll see what this time is anyway. It's not actually looking too quick at the moment based on anything. It's going to be somewhere in the 25s. Yeah, count to 25.6, which of course won't be put into play. I think Fracas was actually the next driver in, but he's abandoned his lap. So the next driver coming around is Stefan Kingi. Actually, sorry, Claude Di Cavalli from Italy goes to the top, but only to be imposed by Castle Steph. A 1 minute 18.3. I'm not 100% sure who that was that just disconnected. Oh, okay, it's actually off. So I've just had a altercation there. Castle Steph's actually just put it into the fence. Coming out of turn... is that turn 5? Yeah, there's actually quite a bit going on in that section. So Rob Connolly's gone up to P1, and sorry, it's just playing a little catch up with the Discord. Ceciu has gone P2 with an 18.1. Oliver Coleman's gone P3 with an 18.3 on mediums, which is not too bad, but yeah, Rob Connolly has 16.4. I wouldn't call that entirely impressive, but you know, 16.4 on the sauce is a pretty good opening stanza. So current order is Rob Connolly from Ceciu, Oliver Coleman, Stefan Kingi, Sharan Salip, Siren Wolnick, Adrian Rutowski, and Kladzish Dicavelli and Lau, who's only managed to pull out a 1 minute 52.1, so something's happened to him during his race. Sorry guys, I'm just going to make an attempt to do something. Gee, I can't figure out what it is bloody So anyway, back to business. So Fracas has gone up to P3 with a 118.1 on the softs, displacing so 5 plays grid penalty for contact with Alexei Dovinson, who went P2 with a 17.9, has just been given a 5 place grid penalty for contact with someone. I didn't actually see who it was. Here comes Sevier out on a flying lap. Very much being discussed over the last couple of days with the American series that the strategy ideally is to go mediums to hards, but it doesn't look like very many people are doing this. The only person who's really committing to the strategy now is Shadham, who has come out in the mediums and of course hasn't actually completed the session, so don't know what to think about that, but we'll see how he plays out during the race. Oliver Coleman is the only other one to be off the strategy of everyone else. He's on the the hards at the moment. I wouldn't expect, well, I would actually expected him to maybe have jumped onto the soft mediums by now. He's definitely still committing to a full flowing lap here, and just have a look at his ERS and all that just to see if that's true. Yeah, there's definitely something to it. Sorry guys, just taking a quick minute here to sort something out. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get thing back in. Okay, so there was contact between Sheridan and Alexei Dobinson, so that explains the 5-second penalty, drop grid place penalty. Everything else seems to be going through quite well. So no changes up the front at the moment. Oliver Coleman did manage to improve his time to an 18 flat, as I think Sasiu has just gone up to P2 again with a 17.8 at 3 minutes 53. Anyway, so Rene has come up to P6 with an 18.2. Stefan Kingy has improved to an 18.2. You shouldn't have done that to see you. Max Cutton has come in. I'll be a little late. Cool, and looks like he's come back. He might not really be able to get back into qualifying, but we'll at least have 14 cars now on the grid. So Adrian Rutowski has improved to a 19.2. Klajdi has improved to a 20.1. Lau unfortunately never seemed to improve on his 1 minute 52.1. Looks like it's a wet session in Division 1 based on what I'm looking at from this little tiny snippet. But all in all, so we've got 1 minute 36 left on the clock. We've got Alexi Dobinson, who has a grid place penalty in P3, so he'll at the moment drop down to P8 underneath Selwyn. Sorry, just let me find the last name. It'll be easy to remember the last name. Scroll down, there we go. Wolnick, sorry. So he'll drop down behind Wolnick in position 8. Oh, he's gone quite wide coming out of the last corner, or penultimate corner I should say. But with the 14 minutes left on the clock, it's 40 seconds left on the clock, it's looking pretty much like Rob Connolly's got this, but Oliver Coleman of course is on the mediums now. An 18 flat on the mediums, he should be able to put out a 17, maybe even a 16 on these tyres. We'll just have a look as we go around the last few corners now. We did this in Belgium for the 100% race. We'll just see what it looks like as he comes around the last corner. It's looking to be about a 16. 16.992, so only 5/10 of a second off, but he could go for one more fly, but I don't think he is, based on that drop in speed. Not too bad there from Oliver, so he'll start P2 on the mediums. Stefan Kingy has moved up to P3 with a 17.7. Of course, there is 30 seconds left on the clock, so don't mistake this for missing the time. He'll have one more crack at this, so we'll keep an eye on him as he comes through. Every driver pretty much still has a lap to complete, other than Jonas Sears, who unfortunately just only got back in time enough just to put in things. I actually do like that PSN, but quite a bit, so that's quite cool. So, can anyone knock off... Oh, he's completely missed. Wait a minute, how on earth did he manage to not get validated for that? No, he definitely isn't speeding up, so that's just a definite legitimate mistake. It didn't register as an invalidation though, that's the part I guess that got me. Frickus doesn't look to be on a lap. So that's pretty much qualifying. So Rob Connolly takes pole position in his first race of the Translation Esports Division 2. So, like Oliver said in the Discord, only 2 people on the mediums, and that's correct, but of course Alexi Dobinson does have a 5-place grid penalty, so he will drop down to position 10. Is that the Romania flag? Well, he's supposed to be German, so I don't, yeah, maybe he's of a different descent there, but don't know what flag Rob Connolly's flying, but that's certainly not British one. To be honest, don't think a lot of drivers actually tend to and just got a report from Oliver Coleman that there is no rain for today's race. So the mascot's sitting here and waiting, watching with bated anticipation for the race. You can probably now just hear her. Right, so we got 14 drivers for today's Grand Prix. I Stab Trees, or Matt Cutton, was the sorry, that was just my earpiece. I thought someone was talking in the background. So our Rogue Energy starting grid for today's Grand Prix is Rob Connolly on pole position from Oliver Coleman. Then it's Stefan Kingi from Ceciu. Then Frickus, Rene and Sevier make up positions 5, 6 and 7. Sharum and Adrian make up position 8 and 9 with the 5-place grid penalty putting Alexi Dobinson back in P10. Then it's Klajdi Dicavelli in position 11 from Lau. Then Jonas Setters and Max Cutting is the position of final. So apparently in Division 1 we've got a random. We've got a bit of a disparity on the grid. Just waiting for everything to get into place. We've got a yellow 3 sector. So something's gone really weird there and the lights are underway. So, yeah, something's really gone weird there. I might just have to... Where is that occurred? Oh, that's occurred quite early in the piece. I might... So, yeah, something's happened there. There's actually a car. What's going on with this? So Oliver Coleman's back in position 6. He's got wing damage, and I think that may have something to do with what happened at the start. Now, Connolly's in from the lead. Oliver's in. Stefan's in. God, they're all piling in. There's a... it's a full course yellow, that's why. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to make the same call. So, shouldn't really do this. So we're going to do a restart and get this sort of thing. Don't do this too often, but yeah, the I'll just get through all this. Yeah, that's everyone. Okay, so apologies about that. Apologies for the hold up on this. Just sorting all this out. Okay, so I think we're gonna Okay, so take two. So yeah, a bit of a mistake here is actually put Adrian in P14. I don't know what the deal about that is, but we'll hopefully just get around that and carry on as per normal. So just having a look at the rest of the grid. So CU has actually made a mistake. So yeah, so Sasiu Radu has started on the mediums, even though he qualified on the softs, as had Kladej Dekavelli. So I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, mate. So yeah, Sasiu Radu and Kladej. So, okay, so take two. Hopefully this time we don't have any dramas. The light's building up. Of course we get the delay because of course it's me hosting the lobby. And lights out and away we go. This time everyone actually manages to get off the line reasonably okay. Hopefully we don't see too much chaos into turn one. Rob Connolly gets off the line well. Stefan Kingy's actually managed to go now right around the outside of Oliver Coleman into turn one. Everyone seems to have filtered through turn one reasonably cleanly. A few drop positions, but nothing to write home about. But again, Rob Connolly just bolting from the field, getting into turn four. Hopefully this time everyone's going to come through here cleanly. We had an incident here last time. In fact, Kladej Dekavelli has just ended up in the fence. almost in similar circumstances to his teammate, so pretty unfortunate there. And we got a full course yellow because of it. That's a bit of an interesting case, though. I have a feeling that today's, obviously it's going to be very interesting, but we'll press on regardless. Get that off so we can concentrate a bit better. So anyone diving into the pits? Yep, so the leader's in, as is Stefan Kingy. They're going to just alternate their strategy. I'd say they'll most likely jump onto the mediums, the hards. Well, mediums for Rob Connolly and the hards for Stefan. And we've also got teammates here. Double stacking, but they carry on as per normal. So 4 cars in, 2 of them being teammates, and of course Ladigi will be serviced afterwards. His wing changed to number 98. That's a bit weird, but not much can be done about poor Sasiu, who's been disconnected. It's alright on my perspective, just got Sasiu complaining about. Really do need another commentator with me on this, because it does kind of make distractions. So Oliver Coleman leads from Sevier, then Frekas, then Alexei Dobinson, who was on a 5-place grid penalty, so he's jumped up to P4. Shadham in P5, he'll have a 30-second post-race penalty for there's certainly enough information going on in the background. And a 5-second time penalty to Stefan for extending track limits. Safety car will probably come in this lap. Yep. So we go back to green, and Oliver Coleman leads the field from the 2 Toro Rosso, so it's a Honda engine power 1, 2, 3, although that's just been quickly displaced by Alexei Dobinson. Shirim is trying to get past the other Toro Rosso of Fracas. There's already altercations going on in the back, and that's just because of Cecilia's car being overtaken by the field. Of course, the AI not see anything high because of the problems we've had in the past due to so covering through. Kladij still hasn't been able to overtake the Ghost, or the AI of Ceciu. So Oliver Coleman now has a 2.3 second lead over Alexei Dobinson and Sevier right behind. Oh, someone's just gone quite wide coming out of... Not sure who that was. Oh, there's an incident there. Rennie's gone completely sideways at turn 2. Whether he's been helped doing that or he's done that to himself. And another full-blown safety car. So, ooh, what's going on here? There was a collision there. I wonder if that's gonna... Yeah, well, probably justifiably so, because he did block the car coming into the traffic, so... And a drive-through penalty for Stefan Kingi for speeding under pit lane. Oh, sorry, speeding under safety car, so it's going off quite a bit here. And now, yeah, I was going to say, oh, and Kladaj has been given a, well, Class D's been given a drive-through penalty for speeding under pit lane. Oh, it's a safety car. So these drivers will be coming in. Shirim is in for another set of mediums. In fact, a lot of drivers have taken the opportunity to take this stop. Adrian Ratalski is actually elected to stay out. Oh, and as if he didn't have enough problems with a 5-second penalty for speeding and pit, under safe. No, so for a collision with Rennie, he's also been given a 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane, as has Lau, who's just been given one for exceeding track limits. Why is Oliver kicking up a stink? He's got nothing wrong with him. Oh, he must be probably just having a bit on the case of the safety car coming out again. It has dissolved his 2-second lead, and of course he is trying. In saying that though, he's now on the same strategy as so everyone's relatively on the same strategy now, aside from Adrian Ratalski, who is on the soft tyre. Probably should have pit under the safety car, get off those tyres. I might have an alternative to fix this little conundrum, but it will take a little bit of time to sort out, so hopefully if it all plays into effectiveness, it should create some bit of parity within things. We'll just have to wait and see how it all plays out. It might require a weekend to be dropped to do it, or a week to be dropped to do it, but if it works, it might have a bit more effectiveness. So safety car will be in this lap. Open the door. Surely I can't. So Oliver Coleman will lead the field, coming through the safety car restart, and he'll have Adrian Ratajski for company. Nearly got hit up the arse there as the lights. Safety car now goes in. Ratajski gets the worst possible exit out of the corner, and his teammate Rob Connolly will waste no time in making the overtake stick on his own teammate. So we're back to green racing for today's race, and Adrian Ratajski actually has fought back on his own teammate, and we've got something happening up in the background. Someone's just had a spin. Lau has rotated it, and for some reason Max Cutting missed the safety car restart. But again, all this Sector 2, someone's had an off again. That's Sevier actually this time. So a few drivers will have to serve those drive-throughs when they so Oliver does the fastest lap of the race as he's pulled out a 1.8 second lead over Adrian, who's still in mortal combat with his teammate. Adrian's not even betting on trying to let his teammate through, even though they're on different variants of strategies. So Klajdi has come in and he's serving his 5-second stop go, as well as having another wing change as well. So, and I'm pretty sure he's got to serve a drive through for speeding under safety cars. So it's going to be a long day in the office for him. Sector 1 incident in the yellow, there's nothing there, but Oliver Coleman currently now running to a 2.1 second gap over Rob Godley, who's now cleared his teammate. So CU's AI is currently under attack here from Freckers. And the overtake, in fact, hold on, since when do AIs lock up? Who knows, but Fracas around the outside of the penultimate corner turns into the inside at the last corner and job's done. So is that AI actually, is that, let's have a look, as we're just right on board. Castle takes a 5-second penalty again. And I don't think he was supposed to serve a drive-through as well, so yeah, so the situation gets worse and worse for him. Oh no, he did serve a drive-through, sorry, it was. And Klazej has been given a disqualification from the session for ignoring ignoring his drive-through, and that's his race done, so I don't know why he expected any differently, but that's his race done. And that's a disappointing way to end it, so yeah, there's a lot going on at the moment, so it's very hard to try and piece together a good outlook for this, as Adrian now pits as Rob Connolly does the fastest lap of the race as he chases him down. Rene's made a pretty good recovery despite it all. The safety car really brought him back into the race. And actually with this pit stop and the field's already kind of bunched away from each other, this should actually put Adrian in a really good position here. See, I'm not 100% sure if this is... Really not sure if that's his AI or not, because it's just... Sector 2 incident, was that... Is that Oliver that's made a mistake? He has. That's an... Oh, and it's a very interesting spot where he's done it. You'll need to be careful because his tyres will probably be overheated. Well, your AI, CCU, is very aggressive. Trained it to be good, my ass. It's just being stubborn more than anything. I haven't even changed the AI settings. So yeah, big mistake there from Oliver Coleman. In fact, he's actually electing to come in now, so I don't think the tyres should have been alright, but yeah, I think he's overheated them, so it is what it is, I guess. But it's a front wing change too, so he did take some damage from that incident, it looks like. So he'll drop down the order a bit. Adrian has come out. Is already under attack from Max Cutting, so I think they were already kind of in combat zone with each other as it was, but we'll just see what the general outcome of this will be. He seems to be managing to hold his own. So Oliver's only just come out just in front of Stefan Kingy in position 10, or position 9 for him, and then his teammate Alexi Dobinson behind him, P11. Kingy very wide out of 5 into 4 into 5, and then through 6 and 7. Yellow flag. Nothing. Oh no, we do have something here. Fracas has spun. Oh, he's almost just about collected his own teammate, just coming back onto the circuit. Wouldn't that have been a sight for sore eyes? I can imagine if I was Sevier right now, I would have been soiling myself quite thoroughly. I'd be burning my seats and my underwear more likely, because that would have been scary, watching your own teammate return to the track like that. So, no contact, no harm done. He's just having to deal with things as Oliver Coleman now disposes of Sasiu's AI quite easily compared to everyone else, so there's a bit of biasness there, I guess, compared to everyone else. But a few drivers hanging around in the back. We've got wait a minute, is that? It is too. So unfortunately for Jonas, although he did say he was just starting out, so he is learning the rope. Sector 2. Oh, Adrian's in the fence at the auto spin curve as he managed to keep it off the wall. look like it. Definitely didn't look like he's got damage on his left-hand side. His right-hand side, of course, will tell the story. No, he's actually managed to completely get away with it. So, well done there. And now, Stefan Kingi has to deal with Cecilia's goes, oh, that's not a place to really think about making a move. You won't have to worry about it for too much longer because the AI will pit very shortly to get off those tyres. But as we see, we'll just probably see move down the inside here. There's not a lot of room. He's making the room. There's a bit of biffing and barging. It's causing all sorts of commotion. They're going to go. Yeah. Yeah, I saw something like that was bound to happen, but oh, Adrian, what are you doing, mate? Sorry, but geez, that's 2 Williams you've just basically parked the door into. Now that was that a move from Max cutting on Sevier, or was that Sevier trying to get back around on thing? Anyway, so Oliver Coleman's now 1.1 seconds behind Max Cutting, so he's actually managed to recover a bit of his speed back from Castle Seth. Stefan Kingi just can't seem to make a break with speed in the pit lanes. I'm wondering if he's just trying to... So, laps 16 to 35, and Rob Connolly still leads from Sharum, who will be getting a 30-second post-race penalty for not starting on the correct tyre. I do remember him qualifying on the softs. Only positions 1 and 5 were the only 2 drivers on the soft mediums, and that was Oliver Coleman and Cecilio. So I know for a fact, and I know that for a cold, solid fact. So, yeah. So Shiro will take a 30-second post-race penalty, which at the moment will put him just behind Oliver Coleman, who's just got given a 3-second time penalty. In fact, Oliver has just cleared the other cars, so he'll be able to jump through and take the position. Just bear with me for a second. Never mind. Anyway, carrying on as per normal. So another speeding penalty, this time for Max Cutting. Be interesting to see when so CU's AI has taken these tyres 16 laps. That's not too bad given the circumstances. It'd be interesting to see what kind of AI run is going with these. With the race, we'll just wait and see when Rob Connolly pits, because he's also taken his mediums 16 laps. So yeah, he's got a 10.6 second lead over Sharim, who will be given a 30-second post-race penalty for not being on the correct tyre after the race restart. Sector 2, yeah, oh, that's a big crash there from Rene from position 2. He's managed to save it from a possible retirement, but he does have wing damage, and it has brought out a virtual safety car this time. So it seems to be every time a Ferrari crashes, it brings out a safety car of some sort. Now, if I was a driver at the moment looking to get a free pit stop, I would be taking this opportunity, but it doesn't look like, well, pretty much everyone is. Another 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I'm really curious to know if a lot of these drivers are running pit lane speed limiter on during any other time, because it does always strike me as interesting when somebody's just getting 5-second penalties. So Oliver Coleman's now 28 seconds off the lead of the race. That mistake has cost him quite dearly. In the field of things, but and Alexi Dobinson's just been given a 5-second penalty for ignoring blue flags, so it hasn't been a very good day for Williams in regards to 5-second penalties. It'll be very interesting to see how many more come out before we see another disqualification happen. I'm just gonna check something. Canadian Grand Prix organisers announced postponement of the Grand Prix, so that's bad news. Ooh, nice catching there of Alexi Dobson going into the fence just off out of turn 5. And Rob Connolly still carrying on with this run. 18 laps on a set of mediums. The AI of Cecio's now actually just come in for its first stop, and it's now currently in P11, 5 seconds behind Dobinson and 31 seconds ahead of Jonas, who's just having a really quiet race by himself. Well, racing traffic as well, I suppose. So where is this going to put them versus Oliver Coleman. Well, Oliver's just coming through the last few corners now. I think Connolly's going to have this pretty well sorted out. There's not going to be much. You're definitely not going to get to the end on the softs. Unfortunately, going to tell you that much. You need at least, I don't know, maybe about 6 laps before you put on the softs, so it's going to be interesting. Another pit stop for Linksy Dobinson. This time gets away with not getting a 5-second stop-go penalty for corner cutting, or for speeding in pit lane, I should say. So at the moment, it's an 8.9 second gap between Rob Connolly and Sharim. And that was 10 seconds actually when he came in, so something's happened there to Connolly, which has cost him a couple of seconds of time. And then Oliver Coleman's still managing to hold down P3 at the moment. Probably was on course to win this race based on his strategy, but made a mistake when it counted. Society, Jonas Sears has made a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Everything seems to be normalising now, so I'll be able to concentrate just a bit better. Got a battle here between Sevier and Rennie, coming through along the penultimate bend, the Lossing corner, as we'll call it, with Ethan Lossing losing it about 3 or 4 times in one race, and coming through to complete another lap. DRS activates for Ferrari as it tries to go down the around the outside of Sevier, but doesn't seem to get the job done, but has another burst of DRS heading towards turn 2. Not that I really find that turn 2 is the worthy advocate, and we've got Stefan Kingy facing the wrong way in the sector 3 straight area. It looks like he's just, you don't want to be rejoining, just hold your station. He's in the fence again, that's probably put damage on the wing. Well, that took care of the AI problem, I guess. So there you go, so see, you don't need to rejoin the lobby. Your car's been kind of taken care of. Now, this safety car, I was curious about that. Why has Oliver come in? And Adrian's also crashed out. Now, where's he done that? He's done that at turn 3 he's done that at the same corner as Stefan as well. So Oliver has come out behind Rennie, but he is on fresh mediums, but then again the rest of the field are all on fresh mediums as well, so this really hasn't hurt anyone. So yeah, the rate of attrition certainly dropped. We're now down to, what's this? Well, I wouldn't say that so much to see. He was being cautious for the first few cars, but then maybe it was because he knew that you were a AI that he decided to put you out of your misery, but I don't think Adrian quite understands what actual Alexei Dobson's actually talking about. Okay, so Rennie is in. What is he in for? He's in. He came in for tyres, but those tyres are 4 laps already worn. So was that a? That was certainly something, but I don't know what. But either which way, it's bunched the field back up for a 10-lap sprint to the end. Definitely need something to be done about these kind of glitchy servers. I wonder if it does have a bit to do with me hosting, so maybe next weekend we'll change the host to someone from the region, so maybe Oliver will host. Okay, so that explains the situation with Stefan King. He doesn't use Pegasus, he was just distracted. So the current race order, what does he mean I pressed AI? Does he mean, is he trying to say he paused? Who knows? So anyway, the current race order is Rob Connolly. We did have a Ryan Connolly, who was American. Yeah. So 9 cars left, not very many left on the lead lap. So Oliver, if you're listening to this, you will be the lobby host for next week. You will make the lobby. I will send the invites when you bring me in. If I decide to commentate this again, because it's 6 a.m. in the morning. It was 6 a.m. in the morning when I started this. It's currently now 7:30. This race should have actually been finished about maybe 15-20 minutes ago, but of course the restart happened and we had to take action on that. So 3-second time penalty for ice stab tree, max cutting for corner cutting. Not sure what that's about, but sure, thanks to see you. Good luck for your future as well, mate. So anyway, safety car is in this lap. It'll be now down to Rob Connolly to control the start. This will be his first safety car restart in control. And a 5 seconds time stop go for Rennie for collision with Sevier. So now so safety car restart now inbound, and we are going green for the last 9 laps of this Grand Prix. Connolly goes defensive almost straight away, as does Sharim, because Oliver will be on the charge on the freshest of the 2, or the freshest of the 3 tyres. And we already got a yellow flag. Someone's had a... Not sure what's actually happened, but as they carry on through, the top 3 have now bolted away from the rest of the field. Riding on board with Oliver, who's just got given another 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Just wait and see if he can make a move here. DRS will be enabled the next lap, not this one, but We're just waiting to see if Oliver right on the ragged edge. Not too bad controller input for a controller, but just have a look at his telemetry as well, just see what he's got going for him. Not much ERS, he's looking to conserve as much as he possibly can. It's quite interesting to always watch it. When you're racing it, it's always such a good concept because you're trying so hard to concentrate and overtake, and as Sharunak gets a 3-second time penalty. I don't know how many of those that he's had, so it could be his first. Rob Connolly is starting to pull away a little bit as they go through, so got a battle here of the teammates with Max cutting right behind. Oh, and Frickus goes wide. This could get ugly, but it doesn't. They actually managed to hold station quite well, so not too bad there. Frickus gets a 3-second time penalty for what I would... Ooh, what's going on here? There's a bit of biffing and barging. It's almost like they're desynchronized a little bit. Just keep an eye on this because it's still not completely resolved. In fact, Oliver's just made a move on Sharim, so that's job done. There is a little bit of lag. It is job done, and then the Fracas and Max cutting battle has still not fully resolved, but it has put thing in front at the moment. So Jonas's race has been pretty uneventful for him, but at least he's going to take some points out of it in his first race, so he'll be pretty happy with that. Now we've just got to see if Oliver's got the pace to chase down Rob Connolly and make an overtake there. So bit of camaraderie going on the Discord, so well done fellas for being able to talk your situation out. Of course, like I say, if you've got any issues with it, you go to the incident reporting. I will take responsibility for this in the way that I think it might be my fault based on the what do you call it, me hosting has probably caused all this discrepancy. So hopefully if we change the lobby host for next weekend in Belgium, you should be able to resolve that issue. So the gap at the front is starting to drop a little bit. Oliver is starting to make some ground on Hadley, actually Connolly quite a bit actually. He's chopped about a 10th out from just one corner alone, so Oliver's on the charge. We'll just have a look at the telemetry to see the differences in the ERS. Yeah, Hadley is conserving as much ERS as possible, whereas Oliver's kind of using his as he sees it. Gap now down to 1.9 seconds. Oliver's just going to burn the ERS into here and then drops it to 0 through here. He's already pulled out a 3-second gap on Shiram. So the gap's gone back out to 2.4 seconds, so there is a bit more to toing and froing at the moment. It will be because neither driver can really manage to hold the ERS out long enough. So the gap now 2.6 seconds, so it's still not really, it's kind of a bit of a balancing act because I think both drivers are just kind of working on the basis of stopping and saving an ERS, so it just twos and fro's. Now Connolly does have a Haas in the way, and that has just slightly impeded him, just a little bit, not enough to be a warrantable threat, because of course Oliver still has to deal with him as well. But I suppose the indication everything will be put into perspective. So the gap's now back out to 3 seconds, so Oliver just doesn't have really a case to answer for, and I think with the penalties in place he's probably going to lose more ground anyways, but for him it's just a matter of trying to get into the groove. And .1 seconds, so yeah, it definitely looks like Connolly's checking out at the moment. We've got just less than 3 laps left to go, and he's pretty much got a 3.5 second lead. Oliver will just be now trying to bridge out the gap to get these penalties of his locked out so that he doesn't lose second place. The mascot kind of dictates race enjoyment by the way she's acting. She's currently now fast asleep with her back turned to the TV, so clearly she is not amused by today's race, but things have just been transpiring pretty much to a point where it's been kind of hard to keep, well, not hard to keep up, but just kind of things going on, too much things going on in the background to be completely 100% focused. This is why you always have 2 commentators, ladies and gentlemen, so that if one is distracted, the other one can pick up on it. But of course it is. And there goes Rennie down the inside of Sheridan into turn 3, penultimate bend. Tyre differences is that, but like I say, those softs were never gonna although he's gonna have another fight down the inside, but just doesn't have the grip to get the traction out to retain the position, and Rennie just makes short work of him coming into turn 2. So yeah, those softs will be absolutely begging for mercy. Oliver gets another 3-second penalty. He's pushing hard, but I think if he keeps, although I'm saying that, I'm pretty sure Rennie has a few penalties himself, so Oliver may be able to hold on to P2 based on the gap is, we'll just have a gap to the leader because that'll give me a better idea. So it actually is 10 seconds from Oliver back to Rennie. There's no other battles really developing, as the field is now kind of just bunched out and things go on. So we're on the final lap now, and Rob Connolly So for Rob Hadley, it's going to be career race win number 1 in the Transnation eSports European Division 2 Tuesday night league. I'm hoping tomorrow's is going to be his. And victory goes to Rob Hadley with Oliver Coleman 4 seconds back, which now goes out to 11 seconds due to penalties. And the unserved penalty actually saves Oliver from losing position 3, and Shearer will come home P4. Almost beaten by Sevier actually, because Sevier, those soft tyres would have been absolutely dead. And that's pretty much all she wrote for that, so I'll try and get our top 3 in here and have a word with them, because it was quite an eventful race for these 3 at least. Just trying to think who. And then Con 1. Alright, so while we wait for the others, okay, so Rennie, I don't know, we'll figure it out as we come along. We will start with our race winner, Bob Connolly. Well done, your first race win of the season, capped off with a first pole position. Safety car came out lap 1, which kind of put you on to the ideal strategy. You did qualify on the softs, which meant that you were going to be a bit hard pressed at the start of the race. Just talk us through your race and how you went and how you felt through the whole race, taking your first win. and you had a pretty solid pace of 16.4 on the softs. It's not what a lot of F1 drivers would come out and say, oh, that's not that quick, but for a qualifying time, and it was your only really quick time on the set of tyres, that's a pretty good accomplishment, and it was pretty much only neared by Oliver in P2 on medium, so there was still a lot to go for, but it really mattered when it did. So congratulations on that, and we'll see you next week at Belgium. So Oliver, P2, your race was pretty much doomed from the moment you had that spin coming out of the fast chicanes. Just talk us through what happened there, because we kind of missed it, and as well as that, then your comeback through the field.
Yeah, I was leading quite well, and then we got 2 safety cars, I think, or 1, and that really annoyed me, just because how I couldn't really switch my strategy, because I was on a good strategy then, but I got a bit of a tank slapper and couldn't save it, hit the wall, and I was just looking to try and like damage limitation really, but when that safety car came out like last few laps, I was so happy. I knew I could get P2, maybe challenge for the win, but it was just too fast, the racing point. But congratulations to him. It was a fun race, to be honest.
And going through it, you nearly got him on pole position with your medium tyres, so obviously your medium pace was pretty good there. You obviously knew the strategy better than anyone else, based on a lot of F1 drivers always constantly going on about how the mediums are the ideal tyre to start on, or the hards, whichever way you want to go about it. So you were quite on point with that one. So well done for P2, and we'll see you next week at Belgium when you host the lobby.
Alright.
Okay, so Rennie, is this how we pronounce your name? Renee. So Renee, okay. So Renee, your race was quite eventful. Of course, in the very first race, part of the race, you were taken out of the race. Don't know what happened there, but then of course with the restart, everything seemed to kind of go through. You did end up meeting that wall a couple more times during the race, even as far as turn 2. So as far as driving standards go, that was a pretty eventful race for you. But did you ever think that by the end of it you'd be sitting here on the podium? And it was an interesting one, especially given that the circumstances of everyone around you, disconnections, DNFs and all that kind of stuff, safety cars kind of hurting people's races, and all that. But either which way, it was a good result for you, so congratulations. We'll see you next week at Belgium. So without further ado, we will end things here. So I'm Brett Keenan, bringing you solo commentary. Hopefully tomorrow I might have someone with me for the Wednesday Division 2 system. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next week at Belgium.